Yo, and welcome to Shooting the Soil. Today we're checking out a bed that I built probably 4 years ago, before I knew about regenerative soil practices. And I wish I did things a lot differently because this year it's not growing all that well. So here we are at 100x. Just taking a look at the aggregate level. We're up here in the top corner of the slide, and we're going to start a little scan through. So seeing decent size aggregates, but a little on the small side. We're also looking for big organisms and fungal hyphae like this one over here. So that's a good sign. We're not seeing a ton of them yet. Kind of have notice a clear looking strand over here, which aren't the best, but not necessarily bad. They're always found in your compost. Saprophytes that break things down. Here's another clear strand. And clear strands can also be just very young other fungal hyphae. You got a fungal hyphae here, it looks like, a little twisted up, but a light brown color, most likely a beneficial. Yeah, so things here in New England have been a little off. We had a super dry May and then a wet June, and the wetness kind of continued through July. Oh, do we have... Not sure if that's a nematode. It's not moving, but it looks like a small nematode. Come on, move. Well, we could take a quicker look, see if it's a dead nematode, or maybe he's just taking a nap. But we'll switch into 400x now. Gotta adjust my settings a little bit here. Oh, going the wrong way. Sorry. There's light. Alright, right about there should be good. Yeah, focused. Yeah, it's a nematode, alright. Still not moving, but still looks intact. Trying to see his mouth parts here a little bit closer. See if we can identify him. I don't see a spike in there or anything, so I'm pretty sure that's not a root feeder or a fungal feeder. Looks to me like a bacteria feeder. Also sometimes right in the middle, right over here, you can see their gland that helps you identify. Sorry, that's me. Not seeing that gland. And not moving. Could be dead, or could be just be taking a nap. Maybe we'll take a spin back by and see if he wakes up later on. Alright, in here at 400x we can see the bacteria. All these little wigglies in here. So we see some good shapes and some good sizes. And pretty high numbers. Our bacteria looks pretty healthy, which is common in most soils. Alright, see what else we can find here and at 400x as we scan down. Oh, there, I think that's the bottom of the slide. We'll go over. Oh, yeah, there's a nice, it's a big fungal hyphae. Little piece, you can see the separation in the cell wall. Nice dark brown color. Very thick. Those are always a good sign. But we also see just a lot of these clear little particles. Nice fungal spore there, though. So you could just imagine, if this was to get compacted all together, it would be a little bit on the compact side. And we want to see more of this stuff all being glued together by the glomulin that the bacteria produce and held together with fungal strands connecting everything. So then it doesn't get compacted. It stays very aerobic. And then when it's aerobic, you won't see as many clear strands like this one here. Which we're not seeing a lot of them. so I wouldn't say the soil was anaerobic or anything like that. When it gets really anaerobic, you'll see those white strands pretty much everywhere in every frame. That's when you can really tell. But some nice, decent aggregation over here. So yeah, so I was going to talk about a couple of things I would have done differently on this bed. I would have sourced my soil that I filled it with a little bit better. That's for sure. And then we would have added a lot more compost and some biochar. And I think we would have been a lot better off. Yeah, but here in New England, we everybody seems to have a slow start going. But here we're looking at a piece of plant material. You can see all the cells. It's breaking down with the help of the microorganisms. So that's some good organic matter. And we'd like to see more of that down here. We'll look at this aggregate real quick. And we got a nice fungal spore. So there's some fungi in there, but not as much. We're nowhere near like a 1-to-1 fungal to bacteria ratio, because we see, as we're scanning along here, I'm seeing a whole lot of bacteria and no fungi. Is there a little piece of a fungi? Nope, that's not fungi. So yeah, we would like to see a nice fungi just about every frame going through like this. So that's definitely one thing that we can add. So in the short term, I've been adding some EM from Terraganics and some Rootwise. Try to get a little bit more diversity in there. Try to get more strands like this and less like this. But it's looking like a saprophyte, just breaking things down. Well, very long. See a lot of these in your compost early on, especially if you're putting food scraps. Those saprophyte strands like to grow all over them. All over the food, that is, as it's breaking down. So they're good reducers. It's just not the healthiest thing we want to see in the soil. We want to see the nice brown golden ones. Oh, see some good spores. So that might be a little tiny hyphae. They're just starting to grow. Yeah, but not the worst. There we go. There's more of what we want to see. We want to see those everywhere. That's a really nice big fungal hyphae. Alright. Excuse me. Let's shoot back out to 100x. And, whoop, sorry to blind you guys. My bad. Bring that light down. And we'll get dialed in. So, yeah, there's that fungal hyphae at 100x magnification. And we'll just kind of scan around. More very large. Clear, but very large segment. See if we find any big critters cruising about in there. One of the last times I sampled this bed, I found a rotifer. Those are always fun to check out. Haven't seen any ciliates or anything like that recently. But usually I find one nematode. And usually they're moving about. Instead of that one that we found earlier that seemed to be taking a nap. Or dead. Hopefully the latter. But more big fungal hyphaes over there. And over here in the busy part of the slide, we're seeing some nice big clumps of aggregation. More the size that we want to see. Nice bee. Yeah, they're one of the coolest things to find. Kind of scary critters too. I think there's been some monsters in some movies that have been based off rotifers. Alright. Check my phone, make sure somebody's not telling me that I'm messing up somehow. Nope. Just want to make sure you guys, all my levels look good, you guys can hear me, screen looking good and everything. Yeah, let's see what else. See if we can find an organism in here. Anything big moving. Oh, seeing big fungal hyphae. Air bubble. That looks like a very large fungal spore. Those are nice to see. Hopefully an AMF spore. Oh, what do we got over here? Oh, no, I think that's just root hair all twisted up. Or it could be a piece of a bug. Yeah, I guess we gotta look a little closer at this. Let's switch back over to 400x. It's kind of interesting looking. Get our light. Alright. Nice little fungal segment. And then this is that weird thing. Huh. Spirally strands in there. I'll look over here. Could be an insect or a small worm. I don't know, could be, let's look right over here. Could be a root hair of some sort. Huh. Interesting how all the, it doesn't look very plant-like because all the strands are in that spiral. But, could be. Could just be because it got twisted when we were mixing up the slide. Well, let's take another look. But they kind of look like plant cells. Yeah. Never know what you're gonna find looking under the microscope. I still haven't found a water bear. Oh, I saw a little quick moving fragilate, I think. Where'd it go? Always want to see a few fragilates in there. They're good predators. Eat up some of this bacteria that we got plenty of. Cycles things along. There's that thing. Alright. What do you think? Maybe we'll finish up with just a little bit of dark field? Yeah, feel free if you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. I'll do my best to answer. We've completed Matt Powers' Regenerative Soil course. He's an excellent teacher. Highly recommend his course, and I'll do my best to share any knowledge that I got with you guys if you got any questions. Alright, oh yeah, we were switching over to dark field. Switch that in, open that up. So we just got a little dark field filter in there, and now we got to dial in the light. There we go, we're seeing a little bit. Change our shutter speed, and right about, yeah, let's go a little bit more ISO. Yeah, that looks good. Photosynthesis plus, who makes that? TXT. But no, I have not scoped that. Whoa, we just saw something cruise through. What's that? That's a cilia, I do believe. Where are you going, cilia? Slow down so I can see you. Let's try to get a little bit better focus on them. But yep, definitely looks like some sort of cilia. Good to see one or two of those, but you don't want a whole lot of them. They're also a... whoa, he's fast. I lost them. Oh, there it was. But they're a anaerobic, lack of oxygen liking creature. But seeing one or two of them in your soil is perfectly okay. They're a great predator. You just don't want to see the whole slide filled with them, because then, yeah, that's what you see when you look at pond water. Very anaerobic. Alright, what else? Any other critters cruising around in there? No, I'll put that one on my list though, and definitely check that out. Always interested in checking out different inoculates under the scope. They all look quite a bit different. Yeah, there's quite a few different methods of getting the biology shipped and then living in your soil. You know, different forms of chelation, some water soluble, or just in water stable format like EM. Others are powders, powder stable format. So it's always kind of tough to compare, because a powder is not gonna compare to like a liquid where they're in there live. The powders are usually all dried, and so the organisms are all cysted up, and they take a little bit of time to wake up and start doing their thing. Yeah, pretty good aggregation. The slide is drying and pushing everything together over here. But not too shabby. When we were first scoping this bed, it was looking more, all like this frame over here, with not much aggregation. Now we're getting a lot more bigger clumps. That's a good sign. Yeah, plants really need that biology to really maximize their photosynthesis. And a plethora of different small amounts of nutrients. Yeah, there's that weird twisted strand that we were seeing before that we're not sure if it's a root hair or some kind of dead worm. But it looked more like plant matter the closer I was looking at it, even though it was all twisted like that. But yeah, if you definitely drop a comment if you've seen anything like that before, any of you, be much appreciated. It's all about sharing our knowledge and learning together on this channel, and looking at cool stuff under the scope. Yeah, because these little buggers down here can provide all 95% of a plant's total nutrients. It's pretty amazing if you got all the nutrient cycling and a complete soil food web working for you. It's pretty amazing what they could do. Yeah, definitely no problem bacteria-wise here. I think that's helped from the, I used some Rejuvenate, which had a ton of bacteria. That was from Advanced Eco Agriculture. And then I'm always using EM. So that helps out quite a bit. And I've been starting to use some Rootwise. Tested them all out. I figured just the more microbial diversity, the better. Anyway, I think that that pretty much wraps up this slide. We're gonna keep on adding some more microbial products to this bed, see if we can get things looking a little bit better. Hopefully the plants, they're starting to grow. Our weather's evening out a little bit here. It's right now it's the end of July, July 23rd, and things are starting to look a little bit better in the garden. And hopefully we can get a decent run this year. Before I think next year for this bed, we're gonna do we got to get a nice, good, hearty winter cover crop in, and then next year I think we're going to turn in a whole lot of compost to get the organic matter up and fix up this bed here and see if we can salvage the soil that wasn't all that great that I bought. Actually, it worked pretty good for the first years, but then seems to be on the downward spiral. And yeah, but still growing some healthy plants. We're gonna fix things up and make it better, because that's the regenerative way. Every year you're just improving your soil fertility and making it better. All right. Yeah, the bottle with loads of amoeba. I think that was actually the fish brew that had we saw a lot of amoeba in. That one was pretty good. What else did we see? Don't usually see amoeba in EM. Usually just bacteria and yeasts in EM, pretty much. So I think, yeah, I think it was the fish brew. But yeah, I kind of want to buy me another bottle of fish brew. I saw pretty good results when I had some last year for everything that I put it on. So yeah, that would be another good recommendation. Shout out to fish brew. And yeah, I think that's gonna wrap up this stream. Definitely stay tuned for me fixing up this bed and trying to make it look even better. And yeah, we're gonna also be sampling some other stuff around. Let me know if you guys have any ideas or suggestions. We're gonna put microbial life hydroponics on our list. Maybe we'll check that out here in the recent streams. And yeah, until then, happy growing, and we will catch you on the flip side.